Whatever you do, do not install YIF. But don't install YIF. Daddy, but don't install YIF. Sir, it's really good art. Lastly, I'm going to tell you one more time. Do not install YIF. Sir, like, we run 95% of the internet. What if, sir, that this is the thing that turns everything around, sir? This could be the difference that we've been looking for. The furries can come back. We can make a stand. The YIF can spread, sir.
So what happened to that one guy?
Oh yeah, BD. We fired him.
I object to that many furries being on the same airplane because if there were an accident, it could basically...
Let's talk about this. So a common stereotype that gets thrown around in the furry fandom quite a lot, which is actually one of the most true stereotypes, is that we all work in IT. This is coming from someone who works in IT. For those who don't know, I'm actually ex-cybersecurity. I worked in cybersecurity for 4 years and I now work in web development. And there's certain things I can and cannot say about cybersecurity since I signed a bunch of NDAs before I left, but a lot of the things I can say is related to furries. Now, you might think, what kind of people would you expect to encounter when you work in cybersecurity? Would it be HR executives? Would it be engineers, software developers? No. A lot of my colleagues over the years were in fact these fucking things. Simply put, why do so many furries work in IT? There's a simple answer for that. We're all fucking nerds. But it is not just limited to IT. Furries also work in space. Furries work in the government. Furries work in the medical field. We are, simply put, everywhere. And some of my friends in the fandom who I know have pretty high up places in places that you would not expect to find furries. Getting back onto the cybersecurity and IT argument in the fandom, I can confirm that a lot of my colleagues I had when I used to work in cyber were furries. I'm not just talking like 1 or 2 maybe in the entire team, I'm talking like most of the team I knew were furries. Like, full fursuit goes to like 7 conventions a year type furries, like insane. And let me tell you, they are some of the smartest people I have ever met. It's actually become so well known and documented now that big hacking conventions, even globally, have fursuit parades. Undoubtedly, one of the biggest hacking conventions in the United States, called DEF CON, has its own fursuit parade. It's not like just a couple of people showing up to this parade. No, it's like most of the goddamn convention. If you go online, you'll find a bunch of memes about furries that work in IT. One of the most renowned ones is probably this one. And it's very true, and this has been around for the ages. So next time you think if you need to go to the hospital, or access anything on the internet, or even go on a plane, a furry has most likely been there, fixed it, or modified it in some way. We really are that powerful.
I need you to understand that what I am about to say, I mean it without a hint of irony and with complete seriousness. If every single person who identifies as a furry were to disappear tomorrow, both the internet and the global economy would be gone within a week. I am not kidding.
Something for your mind. El sol acarició mi corazón. Con flores, te llevaste mi tristeza con colores. Dibujaste la nobleza de la... Je te dis non. Courir, partir, venir, mourir. Courir, partir, venir, mourir. Courir, partir.
Let's talk about this. So during my last video, I spoke about IT furries and how many furries have very important jobs all over the world. One of them in particular being Chase, also known as the furry that worked on the Moderna vaccine, whose Twitter I will draw up right here. And go follow them too, because they're really cool. A lot of us remember the Panasonic for watching Ice King and drinking whipped coffee, but behind closed doors there were a lot of scientists working tireless and countless hours making vaccines and developing them so we could all come back to life and go outside again. One of those in particular being Chase, a furry scientist who works in vaccine research and development, which helped make the Moderna vaccine, which I myself have had. Some other cool information about the Moderna vaccine, by the way, it is at 100% efficiency rating with all of its peers during trials, and it also elicits a stronger immune system response, which could be better at preventing other breakthrough diseases. It's estimated that there's about 12.7 billion vaccines now given out, which is helping bringing the world back to its normal pace and stopping infections of COVID globally. And the fact that this vaccine, which has saved probably your life and my life too, and many other families around the world, was worked on by a furry is nothing short of amazing. Next time you think to yourself, if you ever see a furry video, or you ever see furries out in public, or whatever have you, just think, this little concoction of random nerds, they might have just saved the world.
So cold.
What the f? Anybody want to jump a furry? Go. Go, do it. Go.
Then, on April 1st, like a bad April Fool's Day joke, I was fired from the company for being supposedly violent and threatening. Tell me, is this violent and threatening?
Now, if you're a furry and you have a Twitter, there's a chance that you've seen that clip circulating a little bit. The person in that video, it's me. My name's Apollo. I am an avid union advocate and socialist, and I was in Seattle for 4 or 5 days during a union campaign there. So I live in Overland Park, Kansas, but after I was fired from Starbucks, I was given the opportunity to fly out to Seattle and take part in this 3-day union campaign. So I flew in on Wednesday, and then on Thursday we did some tabling around the city to pass out flyers for the rally and to get people to sign some petitions, stuff like that, basic union work. The culmination of this campaign was a rally, a huge rally on Friday in Cal Anderson Park in Seattle. During this rally, I was given the opportunity to speak. And normally, I have a bunch of social anxiety, and I've never done any public speaking before, so I probably would have just kind of, stayed off to the side, you know? But I had already planned on wearing Apollo to the rally, and honestly, he was giving me a bunch of confidence. Now, I took this opportunity, and I spoke to a huge group of people. Mind you, I was not the only person to speak. And then after all the speeches were done, we marched through the streets of Seattle, and I did so in my fursuit. Now, I've been getting a lot of mixed reactions to me wearing this fursuit during the rally, and unfortunately a lot of the negative ones have been coming from fellow furries, saying that I'm discrediting the campaign by wearing the fursuit and that there's a time and a place. But I wanted to let you know that that was the time and the place, and I have the reasons to do it. The first reason being is that when you're the only person in a fursuit like this, it turns heads. It gathers attention. The second point being that, like I said, I don't have a lot of confidence. And wearing this gave me the confidence that I needed to be able to speak to these people and, sound somewhat competent, But the last and most important point that I wanted to make was that I wanted to show people that there is support from all walks of life. Sometimes people need a reminder that we are all in this together, So I think I did a fantastic job, and I was totally justified to wear Apollo to this rally.
A furry went to space.
Look at the sky. Can I get a slushie?
What kind?
A blue one?
Okay, what size?
Mom.